You are mid-flight, fully loaded for an explosive jump, and then a sharp spike of knee pain shuts down the movement entirely. This is patellar tendinopathy. It is a structural, biological roadblock in your tendon that prevents you from absorbing force, decelerating, and generating power. The traditional clinical response is often frustrating. You are told to stop dynamic lifting and move to static, unmoving holds. But heavy isometric loading is the most targeted, high-leverage medical intervention available for this specific disease. We call it the Phase 1 workhorse. It requires locking your knee into a precise biomechanical position and holding it under heavy, continuous tension. Accepting this heavy static tension as the crucial lift in your routine is the first step to resolving pain and returning to your sport. The isometric wall sit is the primary protocol for patellar tendinopathy because a single exercise executes two completely different jobs at the exact same time. The first job is mechanotransduction. On the left, sustained physical strain forces disorganized tendon fibers to align. The second job is analgesia. On the right, your central nervous system turns down the pain signal. Conversely, traditional dynamic lifting frequently provokes aggressive pain that halts progress. Achieving tissue repair and immediate pain relief together is the objective. Delivering that requires an extremely specific, highly controlled exercise dose. Let's look exactly at how that immediate pain relief occurs. Isometric tension sends a sustained signal up the spinal cord to the motor cortex, deactivating pain inhibition nodes. This drastically reduces knee pain, opening a predictable 45-minute window of analgesia. The brain is actively adapting to the heavy load, not masking symptoms. While your nervous system is turning down the pain, an entirely different structural process is happening at the tendon itself. This is mechanotransduction. Sustained physical tension stretches the disorganized, frayed collagen fibers at the inferior pole of your patella, forcing them to straighten. This precise strain acts as a biological communication signal, telling your tenocytes to lay down new, dense collagen networks. A single bout of heavy isometric holding serves as both an immediate central nervous system painkiller and your long-term tissue architect. Applying that therapeutic force requires a precise biomechanical setup. You need enough physical tension to trigger collagen repair, but you have to avoid overloading the joint in the process. As knee flexion deepens, tendon force and joint compression both rise. At 30 degrees, tendon force is too weak for repair. At 90 degrees, joint compression spikes to irritable levels. The 60-degree sweet spot maximizes therapeutic strain while keeping compression tolerable. To exploit that 60-degree angle, we use the Rio dose, 5 sets of 45-second holds at 70% maximum voluntary effort with 2 minutes rest. The 45-second duration is specific. It's the longest time you can sustain 70% effort before fatigue degrades tension. Bending too deep, holding for only 30 seconds, or cutting your rest short breaks the precise mathematical formula required to drive both biological mechanisms. Understanding a single set is just the foundation. We have to map out how this exercise progresses across your entire rehab cycle. You do not advance based on how many weeks are crossed off a calendar. Progression is gated strictly by the measured mechanical demand placed on the tendon. This 3-tier model maps progression. The base tier splits weight evenly across 2 limbs. The middle tier shifts 70% of the load to the symptomatic side. The apex tier introduces the single leg hold, effectively doubling the isolated force tearing down upon the affected tendon. Your strict exit criteria to pass Phase 1 requires completing 4 sets of 45-second single-leg holds at 70% effort, while maintaining a pain score of 3 out of 10 or less. Achieving this specific, measurable force standard is the biological proof your tendon needs before it is ready to survive the dynamic lifting of Phase 2. With the parameters set, lock down your execution. Measure and mark your exact 60-degree knee height on a wall so you hit your target instantly. Use an external digital timer. Counting to 45 in your head under a heavy physical load almost guarantees you will quit at 30 seconds, and you will lose the analgesic effect entirely. Avoid the common misconception that an isometric hold should be pushed until your legs shake or reach total muscle failure. If your knees collapse inward or your torso slumps forward, the biomechanical angles are compromised and your therapeutic dose drops to 0. Stop the set early if your form fails. If the isometric hold itself flares your pain, stop. Consult your physical therapist so they can adjust your specific angle, duration, or intensity. Clinical discipline, perfect form, and strict adherence to the clock are more important than the pursuit of muscular exhaustion. We also need to correct the assumption that you will discard isometric wall sits the moment you return to the weight room in Phase 2. Recall the 45-minute neurological window of pain reduction generated by the dual mechanism. That specific 45-minute analgesic window makes the isometric hold a fundamental, non-negotiable prerequisite for your on-field athletic performance. You will deliberately schedule the 60-degree dose 30 minutes before every heavy lifting session, high-intensity practice, and competitive game. Mastering this static hold is the mandatory start of Phase 1 and the primary system you will use to manage tendon health for the rest of your career.